Hey there again, guys, and as I promised in my previous video, I am going to be covering the war on drugs. Now before I begin, stoner shades, check. Tie-dye shirt, check. Right on, cool. Now let's start by talking about 5 reasons why we should end the war on drugs. Alright, reason number 1. The war on drugs, in and of itself, is contrary to a free society where, you know, adults are free to choose any sort of controlled substance they wish to, basically wish to consume. And if you really think about it, it's really kind of contrary, you know, just to personal freedom as a whole, you know. Basically, and, you know, not only that, you know, the government telling adults what they can and can't do with their bodies is actually kind of condescending if you think about it. It's like the government's treating, you know, grown adults, you know, like basically treating them like little kids. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when you're a little kid, you're at a candy store and, you know, your parents are telling you, oh, you can't, you know, you can't eat that, that has too much sugar, you know, you can't do that, you know, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the government treating adults like little kids. You know, it's kind of funny. We can give a, you know, 5-year-old kid a, you know, Monster Energy drink, but you know, 35-year-old grown man, you know, can't, I don't know, smoke a joint or do a line of coke in the privacy of his own room, you know. I don't know. So that's number 1 reason, you know, personal freedom. Reason number 2, honestly, it's, if you think about it, the war on drugs in and of itself really is counterproductive when there is actual real crime out there. You know, all that, you know, time, money, and like resources we're, you know, using, you know, to combat drugs. We could be, I don't know, focusing on actual crime, like, gee, I don't know, murder, rape, child abuse, armed robbery, terrorism, you know, actual crime, actual, you know, actual corruption in the world. You know, not some guy in fucking Mississippi, you know, smoking on a, you know, blunt. I mean, come on. I mean, you would think that would be common sense by now, but apparently not. Anyway, reason numero 3. You know, the war on drugs actually does disproportionately target low-income people. And actually, some people make the argument that the war on drugs disproportionately targets minorities and immigrants. I know that's been the case, especially from a historical standpoint. The war on drugs has been, you know, actually statistically disproportionately attacking, you know, African Americans, Hispanics, you know, maybe Asians as well, to a lesser extent. But at the end of the day, you know, we have legal drugs, I think. Anyway, I mean, people can be, you know, free to do whatever they want. It's really, and it's non-discriminatory, you know, just like alcohol or tobacco or what have you. Anyway, our reason numero 4 why we should end the war on drugs, you know, actually, you know, if you go back to Prohibition, when we made alcohol illegal, you know, we're giving the black market and drug cartels a lot of power. And honestly, if we had the, you know, drugs or, you know, alcohol or what have you legal and regulated, not only do we, you know, reduce the black market significantly, we're actually making people safer in a way. Like, you know, if you're, say you, I don't know, let's say you're a heroin addict, you go out into the streets looking for heroin from the black market, you don't know what's in it. You don't know if it's, you know, dosed, or, you know, if it's laced with anything, you know, lethal, more lethal than the heroin in and of itself. You know, you go to a legal, regulated, you know, environment, and, you know, there you go. You know exactly what you're, you know, getting yourself into. And, you know, finally, reason number 5 is to why we should end the war on drugs. You know, if we have the legal and regulated drugs taxed, we can use that tax money to, you know, finance rehab centers for people who are actually struggling with drug addiction instead of throwing them in jail or prison. Anyway, that concludes my rant on the war on drugs and why we should end it. Anyway, if you had any questions or comments, please let me know. Do you agree with my top 5 reasons as to why we should end the war on drugs? Let me know, and I will catch you guys later. All right, take care. Bye.